I'm excited for this news story we got. It's hands down the craziest news story that I've seen all week.
It's good. I mean, this is like probably the best one in a world of like politics and war and famine.
Yes.
You know,
Thank God we had an armless, legless man who murdered somebody. It's just so many questions. I mean, really, I'm stumped when I come to think about this. I'm stumped, dude.
For context, I didn't know anything about it till Jake DM'd me this morning and said, "Yo, for the podcast, we need to talk about the how'd you put it, beanbag throwing chicken nugget." And I had to Google beanbag throwing chicken nugget, and the first thing that came up was this cornhole guy.
Yeah. Yes, dude. Yes. Yeah. There's so much. I mean, technically, it's not punching down because he did murder a guy. So
yeah,
I mean,
he's good. Yeah,
he's kind of made himself free game here.
There's a lot of meat on this bone, though. There's
murdered a guy.
Yeah, this nugget. This is a big nugget. Okay, like if you're getting a bone, this is upgraded to boneless wing.
Yeah, this is a boneless wing.
Dude,
you call him a drumstick.
Yeah, exactly.
4 drumsticks.
Yeah, what'd you call him? You call him Nug Nugent?
Yeah, Ted Nugget.
Ted Nugget. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was watching the news, and they said that the cops, when they arrested him, they told him to come out with his hands up.
Yeah, well, it's such a low hanging fruit, but it's so good. That's so
I know.
Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to charge him though because he was unarmed.
Yeah. Said he had problems putting his hands behind his back when they got him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's an unarmed man who shot and killed a guy. And the first thing I thought when I saw the article was, how did he shoot a guy?
Yeah, I know.
Well, thank God for his YouTube channel where he has videos of him loading and shooting firearms.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he possibly shoot a man? And then, thank God there's about 5 or 6 videos of him shooting guns.
Showing exactly how he would do it if he needed to. He's got like I don't know if it's like past the elbow, whatever that bone is right there, the ulnar, he's got a little knuckle that he can get in and reach the trigger on.
Yeah, which is just, it's impressive, honestly.
Yeah. I will say though, how long was this fight that he fumbled around to go in?
Dude, that is what I was thinking.
Like,
how do you possibly get killed by a guy with... And he was driving.
Yeah,
he was driving.
He's the one driving. You
first
have to pull over.
First question, who's getting in that car? Hey, buddy, I'm driving. Okay? I'm sorry. Maybe it's ableist. I don't know. Hey, guess what? I'm driving, bud.
Yeah.
Okay? If you think for one goddamn second I'm getting in the passenger seat and letting you drive, you're fucking smoking something, dude.
Yeah. Out of the 4 people in the car, you're telling me he was the best driver. That's
what I don't. There's 3 other people in the car, and no one was able to stop him while he was reaching for a gun.
No,
and
nothing.
Loading it.
Nothing. Also, swat the gun out of the nub. It's not like
that's what I mean.
It's not like he had a grip on it.
He can beat you to the gun.
Elbow. Dude,
and he's driving somehow. I don't understand, dude.
I don't.
In all the videos I've seen, it's taken 2 arms for him to.
I can't wait
to shoot the gun.
Yeah, to shoot the gun. I can't wait to watch the 3D recreation of the crime scene that some TikToker's gonna do.
Please, for the love of God! And no one in the back seat was able to stop him. I mean, it just makes it must have been the slowest murder of all time.
One person in the car has to do just the Matumbo basketball swat down on it, and the gun's out of his hands. Like there's nothing he can do. I guarantee it took him 30 seconds to get his nub onto the trigger. Okay, that's a lot of time.
Insane
for you to just go. You give him a ball tap for the gun right underneath, and boom, he's disarmed. So
yeah, absolutely insane.
Nobody in the car also called 911, which I thought was wild. That the police were notified because they found the dude's body, not because anyone in the back seat was like, that was kind of fucked up. Maybe we should call the cops.
Yeah. Also. Yeah, I mean, how scared are you of this armless man that you're like, you know what, I'm keeping this to myself?
What if he walks over here to our house and he gets us?
You think that? Yeah. You think they were like, we'll give him a chance. We'll give him a chance to bury the body. Maybe he'll get away with it.
Yeah,
and we won't have to call the cops.
Oh, he's gonna need help.
Like, what
to
did
bury
they
him.
think?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, all right, they found the body. I guess we'll call the cops now.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think he was going to dig a hole and bury the body? I'm surprised he was able to get the guy out of his fucking car.
Yeah.
How can he even get him out of the car, dude? It doesn't. You're a grown ass man. He was able to pull out of the car and leave. And could you imagine that? He pulled his car over. He hobbled around to the passenger side and then pulled a full-grown man out of the passenger seat.
No, he had to use his teeth. You know he had to use his teeth.
You know the teeth are involved.
Like a dog pulling on a rope. Motherfucker.
Honey, you looking through your shades. Honey, you won't believe what I'm seeing out of here.
There's a full-grown chicken nugget pulling a man out of a car in our yard.
What is going on, dude? They must have been terrified of this man.
Playing tug of war with a dog. Yeah, his friends probably were like, he's gonna come for us if we don't stay quiet. It's the middle of the night. You hear something shuffling across
the door.
Yeah. You hear something.
You open the door. You look out. You don't see anything. And then you look down. You're like, oh no! No! You just slowly walk away from him as he fucking hobbles towards you.
Dude, he's like, hold still. Don't move. Quit moving.
Well, he was known to ride a hoverboard.
Oh, gotcha.
Those two wheels. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he was known to ride one of those because it was easier for him to get around.
Yeah.
So, but still, I think I could outrun one of those things. I don't know how fast those things go.
Dude, can you imagine? Yeah, but even if he has a hoverboard, man, the skill of hoverboarding and shooting at your friends as they're running away too. Like, I mean, at that point, you deserve to die if you let.
How does he possibly kill you? Unless you got into the car and he had two hands on the gun already. Like, unless he was facing the passenger seat when you got into the car with two hands on the gun. How, bro? How?
I was thinking how confused the cops would be if they found the body in the snow. Like, if it was, like, still winter and they're like, there's butt prints going all the way back to the road.
Trail
there's a scoot. Somebody was rubbing their ass all the way back to the crime road. Yeah, exactly. I've never seen tracks like this in my 20 years of law enforcement. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Just a cop reaching down in the snow. These are fresh.
Yeah. My God, it smells like ass.
He can't be too far.
Yeah. He can't have got far. Then they look to their left and he's still scooting. Like, he's just 100 feet away. Just, oh no. Leads right to hoverboard tracks in the grass. I wonder who could have done this.
Absolutely insane. I can't wait to find out what the dispute was over.
Yeah. Which is,
I mean,
we don't have a lot of answers, but there's so many questions.
The questions are endless.
Yeah. For the listeners though, let me inform you guys real quick. And Jake, you can stop me anytime you want to chime in, okay? I wrote up a little explanation so everyone can be informed. Maybe get some context of what we're doing, okay? So, professional cornhole player Dayton Webber, who is a quadruple amputee, has been arrested.
Dayton
James Webber.
Dayton James Webber, which I like because he got the three-name murder. Lee Harvey Oswald,
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
They gave him the third name, which I like. They put that in there.
He's immediately with one of the greats now. They put him in the upper echelon.
He's in the Mount Rushmore.
Professional cornhole player Dayton James Webber, who is a quadruple amputee, has been arrested in connection with a fatal shooting. Dayton Webber, 27, accused of killing a man in the front seat of his car during an argument on Sunday in his hometown of La Plata, Maryland. In a 2024 interview, Dayton explained that he was diagnosed with a bacterial infection at just 10 months old. With just a 3% chance of survival, Dayton underwent a surgery to remove both his arms and his legs, which effectively cut out the infection and saved his life. Growing up, he competed in wrestling, football, and placed fourth in states for the Southern Maryland Junior Wrestling League. Dayton then taught himself
how to...
Yeah,
Wait a second, what? Also, if you line me up against this kid in football, you think I'm taking it easy on him, bro? I'm fucking lowering the hit stick on this kid, dude. I'm finding him on the field if I got the ball, dude. I'm running this kid right over, dude.
Dude.
The coach is going to be like, up and down, up and down. I'm going left to right until I find a kid who's about 3 feet off the ground, hobbling around with pads on.
Yeah.
Do you think that his knee pads were flopping around off the nubs? Like, how does that work?
If he's I don't know how they stayed on, but I know if he was
he's
a
a pulling guard,
player,
actually.
if he made a single tackle during a come on, you gotta pull fast, or you gotta keep up with the running back. Dude, if you're getting tackled by him and he's on defense and I'm your coach, you're running suicides after the game. That or you're getting your ass back on the bus. You're trying to tell me the kid with no arms and no legs tackled you on the 1 yard line? I'll be like, you're running
Dayton had a record for the most holding calls against him because it was impossible to block him.
Yeah, exactly.
Without either face masking him or
you have to face mask him.
The coach is like, get low. You got to get under his pads. I can't get low, coach. His pads on the ground.
Do you think there's Do you think there's any like some kid was submitting his highlight footage to like college? And like one of the cuts is him just shoving the kid with no arms and no legs to the ground.
I hope to God this guy's like huddle comes out and I can watch every time he got in.
Every time
when his team was up like 57 points and they finally put this kid on the field.
That would sound
because you know it's that, dude.
Yeah,
you know it's that. I played rugby against a kid with one arm, dude. Every single time I would tackle this kid, I was punching that ball as hard as I could, dude. Hard as I could. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but it's a disadvantage, and I'm going to try and take advantage of it.
Play to my strengths. Yeah, if you
People
see
be like, that's fucked up.
I'm like, what do you want me to do?
He's got barely a grip. He doesn't have any fingers on that thing. He's got a nub on that thing. I'm punching it, dude.
Yeah. There was one time, it was like one of the few times I was playing for a JV game because I didn't have enough props. And, I played for the JV game afterwards, and it was like they would let one of their little sisters like play the game in the JV league, and I was chasing her down, and like I mean she had a breakaway, and I was kind of hanging out in the back, and I remember looking at my sideline, and I was like, "What do I do?" And they're like, "Lay her out," and I was like, "Okay." So like
you're on the field, dude.
Yeah, like it was long enough for me to like look at my team and be like. And they were like, "Get her!" And I was like, "Oh, whatever." And then I shirt tackled her. I just grabbed her by the shirt and I just threw her down. I whipped her as hard as I could. I was like, "Hey, she wants to play with the boys. Let's go."
That's probably the most respectful.
That's what I figured in my head. She would kind of want that. She's like, "Don't go easy on me." So I grabbed her by the jersey and I hit the e-brake on her, and she just like went and whiplashed her neck. And I did feel bad afterwards. I didn't think it would be that bad that I did it, but also I didn't want to like grab anything I shouldn't, so I just grabbed the jersey and yanked.
Hey, dude, in middle school, me and my friend wrestled these two twin brothers, but they like were missing a bunch of weight classes, so they were wrestling up, and they were just like tiny little fat kids. Like they were like 4 feet tall fat kids, these two twins. And like our coach was like, all right, like go out and like give him a good match. Like,
yeah,
you know, like, so I went out, I wrestled with the kid, you know, eventually I was like, all right, like I'll get the pin, you know what I mean? And then my friend is wrestling the brother who's up next. My friend's like, dude, fuck that shit. I'm going right out there. I'm fucking slamming this kid, and he goes out and fucking headlocks his midget like as hard as he possibly could.
Oh man, poor fella, dude.
Poor guys. But they never murder anybody, so we can't make fun of them.
They're already better people. Yeah. I remember there's one time when I was wrestling and there was this, I mean, he was this really big black kid, and I felt bad because he had one of those, you know, heavyweights sometimes have the titties that hang out, and you almost feel bad.
On either side of the singlet. Yeah, that's brutal.
And he wasn't very good at all. And it was like an out-of-state tournament. There's no pressure. So I remember letting it go to like the second round before I pinned him because I felt bad. I didn't want him to.
You want to give him a good match.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like you can tell. I feel like in 10 seconds,
my boy was like, "Nah, dude, fuck that shit."
Yeah, kill him, like, dude. Right. Yeah. It takes about 10 seconds in a match for me to know if this is gonna be an easy win or if I'm gonna lose. You know, so like, I might as well let's have some fun, dude. You know, I'm not here to be.
Nothing's worse than when you wrestle with somebody though, and you're like, after 10 seconds, you're like, okay, so I'm going to be fighting off my back out of a pin for the next 3 rounds. I'm going to be doing everything I can to keep one shoulder blade off the mat for the next 3 rounds. I'm going to be fighting for my life. Like, just trying not to. You're like, all I have to do is not get pinned here, and I'll help the team out.
Yeah. There was a kid on our team named Will, and you probably know him. He was on our bus. But he was like really hard to like pin, like notoriously, and you could tell whenever the coaches were like, they knew he wasn't gonna win. Like when if it was someone super good, because their pep talk before every match would be like, "Will, just don't give up 6 points. That's all we need from you, buddy."
Yeah, and that's all we need is to not get pinned.
You would see Will get deflated because he immediately knew, oh, the coaches know this guy and they know I can't beat him, so now I have to fight him off for 9 minutes on my back, pretty much. Yeah. I always felt bad.
I seen a guy get pinned by a girl once, and she was massive, dude.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, you're cutting out right now. You're frozen.
I'm frozen.
All right, you're frozen on my screen. Maybe you're good.
Okay. We're good on mine. We're good.
But yeah, I seen this kid get pinned by a girl one time. I never seen the gymnasium quieter, dude.
Oh no, yeah.
The entire gymnasium was like, everybody felt bad. Everybody felt bad.
Yeah. There was a like girl high school wrestler that was showing up my feed for a little bit because like she had a sick highlight reel, but she would do like, you could tell she was like maybe powerlifting on the side, because there was this one kid that was trying to escape the mat, and then she stood up and grabbed his back leg, and then she was strong enough that she threw him all the way back to the center of the mat. And that is demoralizing for a girl to manhandle you like that. She's like, I'm stronger than you, and we're going for a ride, buddy. And she pinned him like 20 seconds later after that.
Some kids would just take the forfeit, and honestly, I respect that.
Yeah, I get it.
Like they would refuse to wrestle a girl. They'd be like, "All right, she wins."
Yeah, I had there's a girl that was chilling with in 2015 that was from Wyoming, and like her brother like made national headlines because he was the kid that like in the state championship was going up against a girl, and he was placed #1 in the state, and it was like maybe the first round of states. She had just barely qualified, and he refused to wrestle her. So he ended up giving up his spot and didn't win states that year. Yeah. Which I was like, dude, just
at
knock
that point,
her out,
just
man,
fucking
dude.
pin her.
There's too much on the line. You know?
She's the bottom seed, dude. Just fucking pin her, dude.
It's weirder if you don't, you know, for you to be like, no, like, this is wrong. Like, who cares, dude? You're 16. In Wyoming.
I'm going for a tech fall, dude. If it's states, dude.
Yeah, 15-0, dude. That's what's happening for the points system.
Doesn't the team get less points if you tech fall in team wrestling?
Tech is 5 points.
5? Yeah, that's why I never understood the tech fall. I'm like, if you could clearly pin the guy, why are we teching him, dude? Yeah. I never understood that. I get it when you're like going for states or tournaments and you're by yourself and you're like, all right, I'll just win. But like,
I think it was made for those kids that are hard to pin. The kids that are really good at not getting both shoulders on the mat. So like you're getting a ton of back points. You flipped him over on his back like twice. So you're already 12 points up. I think that was the whole point of a tech fall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Dayton.
That's good.
Growing up, he competed in wrestling and football while placing 4th in Southern Maryland Junior Wrestling League. Dayton then taught himself how to write, fish, hunt, and even drive. He enjoys posting many of these passions and accomplishments onto his YouTube page, which is under the handle @Dayton J Webber. Thank God it's still up. It's still up. I checked to make sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of it's like it's Fortnite streams. That's most of the videos that he's been playing now, which is. Yeah, man, you're getting beat by the kid with no arms at Fortnite. You must suck ass. After growing up playing cornhole in the backyard, Dayton started to compete in the competition until he was officially crowned as Maryland's best cornhole player in 2020. After that, he was invited to turn pro by the official Cornhole Commission, where he remained an active player from 2021 to 2024. Now, the reason we're all here and the reason we're even talking about it is because of the incident that occurred last Sunday. Dayton was driving with his friends when an argument ensued between Dayton and the driver's side passenger, Bradrick Wells. Witnesses say Dayton pulled out a gun and shot and killed Bradrick inside the car. Dayton then asked the people in the back seat to help him remove the body from the car. The passengers refused, left the car, and Dayton drove off. It's around 10:30 p.m. that night that a police officer was flagged down in La Plata, Maryland by locals who had found the deceased body of Bradrick in a wooded area along the road. A search for Dayton occurred where, thanks to security cameras, he was eventually tracked down and arrested at a hospital in Charlottesville, Virginia, over 2.5 hours away, where he was quoted seeking treatment for medical issues. And he is now currently held in custody there.
Why was he in the hospital?
Exactly. I think he ripped out a couple molars taking out a homeboy.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
it's either,
true.
He either. But even then, unless I was dying, I'm not
going to
a
a fucking hospital after I murdered somebody.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Also, you can't put him on house arrest
because he doesn't have an ankle. Is that what,
yeah?
is
it's
that
impossible. They have to like.
Do you think
the
judge isn't going to do it? Because he can't have an anklet.
But you have to put him on house arrest, or I mean, dude, that guy in prison, dude, he's defenseless, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think
he's defenseless.
I think he says he's got. He just doesn't use them when he's throwing cornhole, but I think he's got like legs and arms that he attaches, which is, if anything, he might be more dangerous because of it. I think he's got.
So we think that's why he was able to do it, because he had the legs and arms attached.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if he can like pull or grab anything with him. But,
he was Mecha Dayton Webber. He was full Power Rangers.
Yeah, he was going. He was Gundam suit. He was Gundam suit Dayton Webber. With maybe at the scene of the crime.
That makes a lot more sense.
If you were in prison and he has his extendable arms on, and like you're like, oh shoot, it's like you're in the prison yard. It's a gang fight, and then he walks out and he's got shiv hands. And he's just running around. He's running around with. He's got knives for hands.
There's no way you get prosthetics in prison, right? There's no way.
I don't know, but if I'm the guy in prison who's making him a shiv, I'd be like, yo, you want shiv hands? You're getting full saber-tooth claws. I'm gonna get for you, homeboy. True. That, or he gets shiv leg, shiv arms, right? And then you just have him break dance in the yard and start slicing up ankles.
Yeah,
could work out.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, because I was picture him driving with his teeth and then somehow using both hands to murder the guy.
You think he was like,
that would make more sense.
We have to pull over. I need to shoot you.
Yeah.
You can't do it while driving. Pull over.
Also, it sounded like there was no struggle for his friends to leave the car. They were just like, okay, we're getting out of here then.
That peace. It's too weird. There's too much that just doesn't make sense when you think about it for more than 2 seconds. Like the friends were like, no, we won't help you to dump a body, but we're not going to call the cops on you. But you're like, what the hell?
What?
Yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually really sad, dude, because I've been hearing that they've been feeding him in prison out of a dog bowl on the ground. It's disrespectful, dude. I can't believe they do that to him.
Yeah. It's the Crip gang members. They call him their pit bull. He walks around.
Yeah, I heard that sometimes when he's outside in the yard and he refuses to come in, they have to throw a treat inside his cell,
and then he comes out for it.
And then he runs in.
I heard
full speed.
I heard for the kickball team, they lost their home plates. They just have him lay down. Have him lay down right there. Yeah. Oh man,
he's gonna be a good dumbbell in prison though. They're gonna be using him.
Yeah. That or like the rec area. They're out of medicine balls. You just have him. Just toss him up, slam him. Yeah. Actually, I think he's got a lot of uses now I think about it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I know. I was thinking about that too. I was thinking that's why he can't be in prison. He cannot. There's no way, dude.
Dude, the image of the Crips or the Bloods putting like a pit bull collar on him and walking.
When he comes in, they all lower their glasses like, fresh meat, fresh fish on the block.
Do you think his celly when he gets there is like, yo, I've got bottom bunk, you got top bunk?
Just because I want to see him climb.
Yeah, exactly. They've got a mini tramp set up next to him.
Also, one of the articles I saw was Maryland athlete charged with suspected murder, and I was like, that's just a pretty loose. That's a pretty loose use of the word athlete.
Yeah, we're kind of just
cornhole. You're not an athlete. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you're not an athlete. Cornhole, darts, pool. You do not get to call yourself an athlete.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw that around. Hold on, I gotta shut the door real quick. Mikkel's talking on the phone. I think my mic's picking it up.
But yeah, honestly, free Dayton, dude. He's definitely getting house arrest.
Dude, free Dayton.
Yeah. He's getting house arrest because they can't let him be in federal prison. There's just no way. It seems. So he's definitely going to get house arrest, but how do they keep an eye on him? I don't understand.
Dude, they put him on the
Maybe it'll make him wear
third floor apartment, and they put a baby gate up on the stairs so he can't so he can't get out.
He has the ankle monitor around his neck, like a dog collar.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man,
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Well, fuck around and find out, dude.
Do you think when he was running from the cops, he just like started? He was like, "Oh, thank God, I'm on top of a hill," and then he just started like little kid rolling down the hill as fast as he could.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Why, dude? What are you doing going to a hospital for? What?
That's
injuries?
what I don't understand, bro.
You think maybe he tried to like off himself?
Right. Then how did he get himself to the hospital?
I don't know, man. There's too many questions.
There's so many questions.
We can move on, but that was.
I hope this is a public trial, dude. I will drive down there.
We'll go. We'll make T-shirts, dude.
I will drive down there to sit in the courtroom, dude.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You know what? What was his friend's name? That's really bad that we don't know his name. Justice for Bradrick, man. Justice for Bradrick.
I agree. Yeah, it's fucked up that he got murdered, but not on you, dude.
Yeah. Do you think if
that's fucked up?
Not really. Fuck, dude. You didn't have the best reflexes. Didn't have not the best reaction time because I think there was about a couple minutes of setup before this thing had to go down. Dude, honestly, all this talk though, it definitely wanted me to like get back into cornhole. This might be the catalyst for me to like start breaking out the kicking off the dust and getting the cornhole back together again.
Dude, people who take cornhole seriously are the biggest losers. I played in a cornhole tournament for charity once, and dude, I got absolutely smoked because like it's not even that complicated. Eventually, you can just figure out how to get every beanbag to go into the hole, and then if you watch it,
muscle memory.
Like the pros on TV, it's just the first person to miss a beanbag.
Yeah, exactly.
Like loses.
I don't think I've ever seen a person that can like that is passionate about cornhole that could also jog a mile.
Yeah. It's
kind
the
of
same thing with professional darts. They all have like massive beer guts because the only place you play darts is inside of a bar.
Yeah, it's an excuse to get hammered. That's literally it.
Same thing with cornhole. If you're not at a tailgate and you're playing cornhole, I don't know what's going on here. If we're not at a backyard barbecue in the summer,
why are we doing this right now?
Yeah,
they were showing his like practice regimen on ESPN of like because they did a couple ESPN like documentaries of him of like you can do anything if you like believe in yourself and achieve your dreams. It gave off the same energy of that like blind kid that played football.
Yeah,
where he's just like, don't ever give up on your
going on. He's running the wrong way.
Yeah, this cornhole player was the same kind of energy when they were doing the interviews for him, where he's like, if you just put your mind to it, you can believe it. But like, I'd say a blind kid playing football is a lot harder than a kid with no arms. like playing cornhole, you know.
Yeah, I seen one of the videos of him playing cornhole, and his ass was jiggling when he was throwing that thing.
Yeah,
dude, he did like a little hop forward. I was like, oh, you got some cake.
Yeah,
you got some cake off the back end, dude. Good luck in prison, buddy. That's gonna be a problem, dude. You got that wagon hanging off the back end.
You got the munchkin yams, dude. That's what he's got.
Yeah,
hanging out back there. Yeah, he. Oh, that's really dark. I don't think he can fight back if somebody wanted to. Damn, dude.
I'd like to say that the sisters didn't get him that day.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that Andy got away from the sisters that afternoon.
We all know that wasn't the case. And then, dude, then it cuts. You know, Andy Dufresne was like swinging the mop at the sisters, trying to fight them off in the laundry room. Just imagine that kid, but he's got the mop in his teeth, and he's like, oh man, fuck that kid. He killed somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Like to say Andy won the. Oh man, Shawshank Redemption with him and imagine the warden pulls off the poster because he's like, where'd he go? How'd he tunnel out? And it's just like a little chicken nugget shaped size hole like in the wall that only he can fit through. Yeah, Andy Dufresne crawled through 400 yards of poopy, and it's just like him, and it's all getting in his mouth because he can't move his arms. So he crawls,
it's downhill. He's like, whoa! It's a slide. He's like the tube at the mail. So funny.
This is the best visual I've ever had in my head. Oh, just the poo slide, just the big old turd going down the pipe.
He's hitting 90-degree angles.
Yeah. You hear him in the pipes when he hits it. Donk, donk, donk. As he's going. Oh man. Oh man. I want a whole remake of Shawshank Redemption with that kid.
Yeah, poor little guy, dude.
Oh man, dude. Just to him. Oh, when they're on the roof and they're like repitching the roof, and it's just him covered in pitch and they're just mopping him back and forth across. Oh man, yeah, have some fun with that.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. When he walks out with the warden's shoes. I mean, how often do you actually look at a man's feet? It's just him, butt scooting, just across the cell block. Anyway, we can move on, but I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun thinking of this game.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
What else did we want to bring to the table? For today, I was so excited to talk about that.
That's all I got today.
Okay, yeah, me too.
I was just talking about that guy.
I was so pumped.
I wish there was more info on it, dude. There's not enough info on it. On the argument, on how the hell he got the body out of the car, on how the hell he's driving in the first place. I mean, it doesn't even make sense.
I want to see the apparatus, how he was driving. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I need to see the apparatus. How scared was his driver's license instructor when he went to take the test? I mean, terrified, dude. How hard was he holding on to that fucking thing that's above the window?
Yeah, exactly. How does he hit the brakes? How does he hit the gas? How does he parallel park to pass the driver's test? It's Maryland. I know you have to parallel park for that test.
How does he steer and shoot? I mean, there's just so many questions that are just
dude,
insane, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll get answers, and we'll have to keep us updated.
Yeah, guys. For anyone that's still in tune and checking in, guys, we will not rest until we get you guys the answers that you want. Even if nobody's asking for it, we will have the answers to this case. Rest assured.
You know Netflix is going crazy right now. Netflix is like, we got one. We got one hot off the press.
Oh, I didn't have to clear anything. Just the marketing guy at Netflix is foaming at the mouth, calling everybody in his phone. Clear your schedules. Clear them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We need your asses in Maryland yesterday.
Yeah, no more Gypsy Rose documentaries. We're doing the quadriplegic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No more about the Mormon mom that killed her kids in Idaho.
Yeah. Or the bachelorette lady who threw a chair at her husband.
Yeah, the Taylor Frankie Paul, the other Mormon
who
threw chairs. Yeah.
And why are they drinking? My friend was explaining that my girlfriend, like a friend who's a girl, not my girlfriend, but it was explaining that whole situation to me. I guess she's like, watch that show, The Secret. Was she from The Secret Wives of Mormon Lives or whatever?
Yeah, she was like the... Man, this is what the podcast has turned into. Is now we're discussing Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But
my friend was explaining to me how they like all drink and shit.
Yeah, they're none of them are like. There's like maybe one or two.
And they're still going to church.
Still go to church. None of them are active anymore. They were all just like.
I was about to say, you're getting hammered on TV and then you go to church on Sunday. That's gonna be awkward. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, don't ask what's in the flask. I filled up my Stanley mug with Jack and Coke. I
feel like that's a lot of it though. They're probably Mormon their whole life, and then they start drinking, and it's like
it was that. They're
good luck, buddy. I started when I was 14, dude.
Yeah,
you You got 13 years to catch up, buddy.
Yeah.
You can't start drinking. That's like when the kids go to college and they have their first beer and then they black out immediately. They have to get their stomach pumped.
Yeah. Like, I only had like 6 I'm like hard lemonades. And like, dude, you got to walk before you can run. Well, the show is either them drinking or it's them drinking Swig, which is like the soda shop that everyone's obsessed with in Utah, where they're like, it's sugar free, so I can pound a 48 ouncer. And like every like conversation when they're like, I kind of think Gabby's a bitch, they're all like chugging these big old giant Swig mugs in front of them, and they're like, can you believe what Taylor said? She fell off the deep end through another chair. But like it all got started from like a swinging scandal. Did you know that?
Yeah, they were all swinging?
Yeah, there was like 4 of them that were swinging. I actually kind of have a little bit of an inside scoop because the most successful one of them right now is Whitney Levitt. She just won. She was just on Dancing with the Stars, and she like is now on Broadway for Chicago, and I think she's selling out shows. She wasn't. She was one of the moms in there. She is the mom that, I don't know if you've ever seen the video. It's one of my favorite videos ever. I think it was during COVID. It's this mom in the ICU for her kid, describing how her kid like had respiratory problems while she's like dancing. She's doing TikTok.
Wait,
dances.
what? She's the famous meme?
Yeah, she's that meme. That's the one that's actually cool, like on the show right now. Is the girl that's like Timmy had respiratory issues. We're in the ICU.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That is a Mormon thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. That's insane.
Yeah, it's Mormon coded for sure.
But she wasn't swinging?
She wasn't swinging. She's in the group. She is like basically like Mikkel's best friend, right? Is named Katie. One of her homies is like best friends with Whitney. Like, so she's met them. She's hung out with them. Mikkel is like, yo, next time we have a party, like, and she's there, invite me, please. Like, I want to go. But like, yeah. So like, we kind of have an in of how it goes. Like, have you heard about the Fruity Pebbles scandal going on in that group?
Nah.
There was a thing roasting one of the girls who's no longer in the group.
It was a sexual act with Fruity Pebbles, right?
And they would call her Fruity Pebbles, and we've known about this for a while. But apparently, that girl named Demi, she took a piss on her husband in his mouth, and then he said,
"Yes,
tastes like Fruity Pebbles." And so everyone was roasting her. And so everyone was like, what does Fruity Pebbles mean? Why do we see all these texts and all these like TikToks you guys making about like, don't make me tell the world about Fruity Pebbles? And it's because, that dude doesn't mind if she takes a big old pissaroony inside his mouth. He said, gargle
sometimes
it,
you gotta
swish
drink
it
a
around.
grandson's pee.
Yeah, but no, what was the age? He's like, no more than 7 or something like that. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta drink a grandson's pee. The only time Nathan Fielder ever
broke character.
What?
Ever broke character was that. Oh, man.
Back that up for a couple seconds. Yeah.
Wait a second. Yeah.
I did not think it tasted like Fruity Pebbles, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's a good point. We do have firsthand knowledge here on the pod.
It was my own pee, though. Maybe someone else's pee tastes different.
You know what I think? It's the fact of they drink all those like sodas from Swig. Right? So you've got like all that.
So you got the sugar in there.
You got all that sugar. You got all the flavoring because they're all flavored sodas, like dirty sodas. They'll put like, this is our mango breeze, where we put like 4 pumps of mango syrup in there and a bunch of like strawberry syrup. Like, I guarantee that's your piss is tasting like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Because I'm sure on round 2 he was like, ugh, it's kind of a little bitter on that one.
Also, how wild is it that Bear Grylls, like all his shit was fake? Like, dude would literally sleep at the Four Seasons and then go into the woods and drink his own piss and then go back to the Four Seasons.
He was
That's insane, dude.
Drinking piss for the hell of it.
He had no reason to drink his own piss, dude.
Yeah.
It's a fetish at that point.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, there's no water. Looks like I'm going to have to drink my own piss.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they have to cut out the highway noises that are right behind. Right behind.
Yeah.
The camera pans over to the left. There's a parking lot. And they're like, wait a second.
Yeah. Just the courtyard at the Four Seasons? Is Bear Grylls drinking piss in the courtyard?
The patch of grass between the parking lots.
I wonder if the bugs were planted. Like, were they just buying bugs and then Bear Grylls was just fucking taking a bite out of them? And then, because like he would always find like the biggest slug ever, like on a tree somewhere. He'd be like, look at this. And then, like, I wonder if they were bringing those slugs.
Full-size banana slug. I wonder what would happen if I take a bite out of him. Dude, do you think the producers went to like a Petco and was like,
They must have, dude.
What's the biggest motherfuckers you've got in here, dude?
Yeah. Or they went to the locals in the region. They were like, go find us a banana slug ASAP. We need one for the episode.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when he did his like Iceland video where he's like, we're starting off in the highlands of Iceland, surviving to the fullest. And then like the Iceland episode ends with him at the edge of a beach at the crashed airplane. That's like a big tourist spot. And he's basically like, the narrative of this episode is he started from the top of Iceland, I think in the highlands, he made it to the beach, and now he's trying to like wave down a boat to like go and get rescue. That airplane is really popular, especially with all the tour buses that go around. And that tour bus is almost always filled with like Korean or Chinese tourists. So I was laughing at the image of him trying to like act out an episode in this like airplane that crashed on the beach.
While there's just like 100 Chinese tourists.
Just 100 Chinese tourists in cargo shorts with big old cameras and like visor hats. Yeah. And they're
taking
just taking
pictures
photos.
with iPads. Horizontal iPads.
Yeah.
All of them. Horizontal iPads. Chinese people love horizontal iPads. I don't know what's up with that.
Taking pictures of Bear Grylls with iPads as he's trying to do an episode on the beach. I was cracking up over that.
Dude, he gave himself an enema on a raft for no reason. There was a boat probably like 20 feet away. There's a boat.
Was bird shit in the enema. I remember that. Or when he found a fresh elephant dung. Did you ever see that? Where he's like, because he's like, elephant dung has a lot of water, and then he brings it up over his head and he squeezes it. He starts drinking the juice. Is that about?
For no reason.
Dude, for the love of the game, dude. That's what he was doing it for the love of the game.
That's insane, dude.
That's a guy that understood ratings. He definitely understood that you need to commit if you want.
He was like, look,
if you want to get back on for next season.
I'm eating this elephant dung.
He's like, I'll have the pint of poopy if it means
that's insane.
That we can get renewed.
I guess it'll come in handy if I'm ever trapped in sub-Saharan Africa and I find a massive pile of elephant poop.
Dude, can you imagine trying to convince everyone else in the group that's lost with you? You're like, guys, I saw this when I was 10 years old.
I got it on
Discovery Channel. It's a little out there, but we got to do it. Okay.
I also remember him one time peeing in a cup and then he put saran wrap over the lid and like pushed it down a little bit. And then like the condensation from the
he let the fresh stuff
like went up on top of the but it's like, dude, I'm stranded in the woods and I have a cup and saran wrap?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What? I don't have a fucking cup and saran wrap.
I'm not MacGyver. I can't just pull that out of my ass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's insane.
But those really divulged into madness because you had like Man vs. Wild, and then you had Survivor Man, which was cool. Les was dope.
He was a man. He was. And what's he up to nowadays? Does he have a YouTube channel? He's got it.
Yeah, the only thing he's doing is taking Survivor Man money, and he's trying to prove that Bigfoot exists right now. Like everything on his YouTube page is him trying to find Bigfoot, and he's close. I can feel it. Like it's gonna be next week. Yeah.
Well, the Bigfoot community believes that Bigfoot is interdimensional now.
If
you didn't know that, that's kind of where I draw the line. That's how they explain the zero sightings.
Yeah. They're like, he only pops up when the Earth really needs him most.
Yeah.
Like
he's Batman.
Yeah, he's a superhero that pops out of nowhere. But yeah, then those Survivor shows, they got down to like that hippie and that army dude that was like did a show where the hippie was barefoot.
Yes, the barefoot guy. Yes.
I honestly was like, that's kind of cool watching him hike barefoot like through the snow. And he's like, you can train yourself doing this. And I was like, that's kind of fucking cool. Like, good for that dude.
Yeah, I was sick. I forgot about that guy.
And then it boiled down to like, ultimately they got to like Naked and Afraid, which is like, what if we just have a guy and a girl for some reason? Can't be two guys. It can't be two girls, butt ass naked in the middle of the woods. And doing whatever they want to do, and then it boiled down even more.
And there's zero prize money. We don't have money in the budget to give them anything.
Yeah,
you did it for bragging rights.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I never understood. You let bugs crawl up your coochie for bragging rights.
Yeah, exactly.
You get home, they're like, "Oh, you won." You're like, "Yeah,
yeah."
Yep.
Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go back to my UPS job.
Yeah.
yeah. Doesn't really
I guess
bring
I'm
me
gonna
the
go back
fame.
to stocking shelves at the Target.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, are you the lady who had bugs in her pussy? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a honey badger trying to crawl up there in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. Can I get you a manager? Maybe I'm just the cashier. Yeah.
Do you need something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go cry in the break room for a little bit and call my mom. Yeah. That or they had Man Tracker, right? Which was
awesome.
Which was the best, especially when they would get like the gay guys from the city. That he would just him on horseback chasing them through the mountains of Montana. Yeah, get him, run him down. Just his horse at a full sprint trying to get these queers from San Francisco.
Yeah. Cancel culture ended that show. They were like, the optics are terrible.
Why does he
You
keep
were chasing two black guys through the woods on a horse? This is a bad look, Man Tracker. We gotta have that. They canceled that show.
Oh, you kept talking about runaway slaves for half the episode. He's like, well, in Georgia, when a slave would run away, they'd use this technique.
Like, Man Tracker, X-nay.
Come on, buddy.
Man Tracker.
Yeah, whoa, yeah. He kept requesting for him to be 2 African American contestants for every episode. He said it upped his game. Yeah, exactly.
That show had to be fake too, right?
It can't be that interesting. But because also there has to like, how do you have a camera crew that's just as fast as the people that are running through the woods to like go and get shots for it? You know?
And they're like hiding, and meanwhile there's a guy like filming them.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, don't get
also,
up,
Survivor Man, he was definitely cranking down the second he turned that camera off. He's like, "All right, guys, it's getting pretty late. I'm gonna turn these cameras off." He's jizzing in a bush somewhere in the Arctic.
That is
he's got nudie mags because there's no service up there.
Yeah, that he's like showing you the whittling that he's doing for like a stick, and you're like, Are you whittling boobs onto that stick? He's like, no. No, it's not like it's my girlfriend or anything. Day 42, stuck in the woods right now. Yeah, that it's like a tree that's just got like a good curve in it, and he's like, we're gonna turn the cameras off for a little bit. I think it's enough for today.
Oh, I hear a bird over there. All right, guys, I'm gonna go chase this bird over there.
Bird, yeah. Oh man.
I told you about the guy who won alone with no bow and arrow, right?
No, was he just angry the whole time and starved to death?
Season 11 of Alone, I watched. And they had one guy on the show who was from the Arctic. He already lived in the Arctic.
And he didn't win.
And it was in the Arctic. No, he smoked everybody, dude. He didn't even bring a bow and arrow. He fucking smoked everybody. Everybody was like 20 pounds, like losing weight. They were like, I haven't eaten in days. He was literally just chilling in his sleeping bag, like, yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Like they gave him no airtime because he was not struggling in the slightest.
Exactly. Kind of boring.
Dude, one of the guys on that season killed a moose with a bow and arrow. And he beat the guy who killed the moose with no bow and arrow. The guy had a whole fucking moose, dude. And he lost. Could you imagine that? You kill usually in that show, you kill big game and you get a dub.
Yeah.
This dude had a fucking snare on the end of a stick. He had a stick with a loop on it, and he would just go up behind animals and fucking loop them.
Yeah. And loop a rabbit right behind it.
Yeah. Birds and shit. He was catching everything. It was insane.
The guy that got the moose, didn't he fight off a Wolverine too? Like, because the Wolverine.
It's a different guy.
Really? I thought he said the Wolverine was going for the moose fat, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes. I do remember this.
Yeah. Which. Yeah, I feel
the
like
Wolverines are nasty and they can't kill them because it's like
you
illegal.
Earn a win. Dude, that would piss me off, dude. If something's literally ruined my day.
I'm turning the cameras off, baby. I'm turning the cameras off. I'm killing that puppy.
Yeah. Grabbing it by the tail and just going right against the tree. Yeah, get in it. Yeah.
Those things are motherfuckers, though, dude. I'll climb right up your fucking food stash.
The camera cut would be so funny because I'd be like, I think there's a Wolverine, and the camera would cut for no reason, and then the footage would immediately cut back to me doing like that self interview where I've got like a Wolverine hat that I've made like on my head, like, yeah, and then Wolverine just kind of came and went, and
he came
away. I just kind of gave him what I wanted, and he went off, and I haven't heard from the Wolverine since, you know. I think we had a good,
Yeah.
quiet understanding that we're respecting each other's boundaries now. As I'm just like stroking the tail on my Wolverine hat.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just couldn't imagine going on that show and losing, spending like 60 days in the wilderness, and then like having to go home and be like, I didn't win
go and do
anything.
it. Yeah. Do they ever like run into bears or anything? Like, there's got to be
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
no
like,
one's ever
close
been
calls.
mauled. But
Yeah,
a
that's
couple
fair.
people have gotten moose. One dude got a muskox who won. There's a couple of people who have gotten big game on that show.
Big game. Dude, if you get a bear, you might as well win at that point too. Yeah. I don't know.
The dude who shot the muskox wounded it, and it was still alive, and he fucking killed it with a
tracked it?
knife.
Ooh,
He fucking
baby,
killed it with
dude.
his knife, dude. Like insane, bro.
Yeah, dude.
He cut his throat. Imagine that, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's like throwing the knife back and forth from hand to hand. He's like, all right, buddy,
come
it's
on,
me and you now. Yeah. What do you got? What do you got, buddy? It's like the end of the movie The Gray with Liam
Oh,
Neeson.
yeah. He's got the micro bottles that he's like putting around his
Yeah,
wrist and
his
breaks it
necklace.
against a rock.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he fucking killed a moose. And he made his house out of rocks, that same guy. Or no, it was a muskox. That same guy, he made his house out of rocks. Which I was
Nice.
like, genius.
Good for
He
him.
like found two big boulders and then he like piled rocks like over the top and like
yeah.
it made a rock house. That shit was sick.
If there's anything
He
Outdoor
won. That
Boys
guy won.
has taught me is that a big rock house is going to keep you warm when a fire's in there, dude. It's going to reflect that
Dude,
heat.
and one thing about
Good to go.
being a Mormon is like my radar is usually on point. Like usually I can just see people on TV
And
or
you
whatever
know.
and I go,
You know.
that guy's Mormon. Dude, somehow Luke Thomas, I mean, this dude is screaming Mormon. And it went
didn't
right
know?
over my head. I had no fucking
You had
clue
no
until you
idea.
told me.
He
I had
even looks
no clue.
Like, he looks Mormon,
He
dude.
looks it.
He looked
I don't know what
like a bishop.
happens with your race that it like morphs your physical features.
There's a
But dude, it's like Jewish is a race. Somehow Mormon has become a
Mormonism.
race.
Yeah.
I swear, because Luke Thomas is a poster child of Mormon.
Yeah, that is 100%. That is exactly what they look like to a T. There's 4 guys that were in our ward growing up. Like Brother Monson.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like
Yes,
our
exactly.
Our scout
Brendan
master
Monson
looks
looks
exactly just like him, dude. Yeah.
Yes, he did 100%, dude.
Yeah.
All his kids did too.
Yeah, first time I saw him, I was like, Monson? I was like, no way,
Yeah.
really? Yeah, there's like it's got to be like a certain like a big Norwegian family that moved to like Utah like in the 1800s. There's got to be like
Right?
the
Some kind of lineage
yeah,
of dudes with like long,
patient
skinny
zero.
heads.
Yeah, the long skinny
Yeah.
heads, shortcut like haircuts along the sides,
Yeah, yeah.
dorky glasses. Yeah, there's something there, and they kind of have like a nasally voice a little bit. I
Yeah.
mean, I can think of 2 guys that I work with currently that fit that bill right now, and they're all LDS.
Yeah, I don't know what happens. Somehow it morphs you.
Yeah, it's like a cancer. It gets in there and just
Yeah,
transforms
yeah.
you, dude. I dodged the bullet, but I know my kids. My kids are gonna look like that.
They're gonna have long, skinny
They
heads.
get long,
skinny-headed babies.
Yeah, exactly.
No!
I thought it would skip. It skipped a generation. No, my boy.
My
Please.
kids have fish heads.
Yeah.
Their eyes are on either side of their head.
It's a flounder. Doctor, is there anything you can do? I'm sorry, but he's gonna be dealing with this the rest of his life. No.
No, my baby Ezekiel.
Yeah. And then yeah. Oh no,
No.
my son Nephi. And then
No.
And
Moroni, no.
Yeah. Maury Yankum, come back. No. And I come back and I leave him in a snowbank out in the woods somewhere. It's like, this is better. I'm saving him. Just
Yeah,
leave
are
my
the people in Mormonism Jewish too? Do they start out like all the Abrahamic guys?
They yeah, they do. I guess they're descended from the seed of Abraham. Like technically speaking, yeah. So, because like the Book of Mormon starts with Lehi, and he was living in Israel at the time, so that meant he had to be a seed of Abraham. So, I guess if you think about it, the Native Americans were Jews first. Because
It's a plot hole.
they were the first people to go to the natives, like to South America, and then they populated, and then God cursed them with dark skin for the Lamanites for being like delinquent, and hence we have
Is that in the Mormon religion?
Native Americans.
Is that in the Mormon religion?
Yeah,
He cursed them with dark skin?
He needed a reason. How can I put this? The Nephi and his family were good, and Laman and Lemuel were bad, and God needed a reason to be able to tell the chess pieces apart from each other. So the bad family got the curse of Cain, as the Bible says, because in the Bible they also believe that Canaanites that's the genesis for black people.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the mark of Cain is that you got dark skin. Right, that's what it says in the Bible, is that that skin were scorched dark, right? And so that's the Bible's explanation.
That's pretty racist.
That's super racist for black people.
I didn't know that.
So I'm just saying, like, doesn't make the Book of Mormon sound super bad when you know that, the Bible's got its version too.
The Bible's right there too,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Bible 2 Electric Boogaloo just took a page from that book. And,
I had no clue.
Yeah. What is interesting is, like, and I'm not going to defend everything that they believe. There's some weird stuff, like when you do... like
Same
get into
Bible,
like, yeah, for sure. There's also some stuff you're like, like how'd they figure that one out? Like Polynesian ancestry. Like they think one of the theories is they think it came from South America, and then a bunch of like Swedish dudes in a boat were like, what if we have a raft with no sails? And we just like left from like Ecuador? Where would the currents take us? And it brought them. They made a movie about this. I think Alex Skarsgård's in it, but they brought them to like Samoa. Right. And they're like, And then the Book of Mormon talks about some guys that were like, they wanted to start their own colony, and they got on a raft and they just floated off, and we have no idea what happened to them. And then.
So we don't know how all the Polynesian islands became Mormon?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I just assumed there was a missionary who was killing it down there.
That was it. The reason the Polynesian islands all became Mormon is because we were the first ones to think about bringing white missionaries to that land. That's literally
there had to
the
be,
reason.
yeah.
But they,
dude, there has to be a guy who's just slinging game down there in the islands.
Yeah. But then you hear stories though of like, they're like, like the missionaries write in their journal, and like Polynesian tribesmen would be like, yeah, we believe we're descendants from a far off land, and like people would tell us about a savior who like died on a tree or something like that. There's stuff that they were like, when the missionaries showed up and we're like, yo, have you heard of Jesus? They were like, we haven't heard of Jesus, but we kind of have like a version.
Lines up.
Yeah, we've got a version of him. Or like Kiribati was an interesting one, because like I talked to the guy that was the first missionary in Kiribati back in the 60s, which is this tiny ass island that the world just kind of skipped over in the Polynesian islands. And they were like day one, they were like, who do we talk to? And they're like, there's one big house on the island with a fence. Let's go to the big house and see what it's like. And they went to the big house, and the big house just happened to be the queen of the tribe's island. And they were having their like weekly tribal meeting with all the elders. And they were like, come on in. And they were like, okay. And they were just like, we've had a prophecy for a couple hundred years on this island that like 2 white guys will tell us about some like a savior of the world that died in a far off land.
Imagine those 2 missionaries. They were like, yes,
we can definitely spin this. We can spin this.
Yeah, they're like,
we can work with this. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I'm about to put up numbers, dude. I'm about to hang my jersey in the rafters after this fucking
exactly.
mission, dude.
Oh, damn.
I want to know who converted the most people
Coming back
ever.
Heroes. Oh man, there's story like Mikkel's mission. They were like, it's weird if you didn't baptize like 2 people a week. Like Mikkel got in trouble because she had like 3 weeks without a baptism. Because like you're supposed to be just dunking Brazilians over there. They love the good word.
I didn't know that,
dude. Like in her mission, they said the biggest health risk you're gonna have is getting pneumonia because you're gonna be in the water and cold for so long just dunking people.
Wow, that's sick.
Whereas like Kalen on his mission in Germany came back a hero because he baptized 2 people. Because Germans
like,
we don't. Yeah, exactly. They're like, dude, you got 2 numbers. Yeah, the Germans, the thing, because it's like all culture. Like South America, they're like, yeah, it's a really open culture. We love Jesus.
Right, so it's kind of easier to pitch. Like
a
Christian background.
Yep, Germans are like,
How the
we're
fuck was
rich and progressive.
what's his face doing on the Native American
Dude,
reservation?
Yeah, McKay, they have a lot of like
That must have been a tough one.
they've got a lot of it's like how could I put it? I felt this in a lot of my areas because Portugal's got some really small towns. A lot of the reservation stuff is like, yeah, the elders have been here for like 40 years. Like they've knocked on every door 100 times, right? So
Right,
it's
like there's nothing you can do.
there's nothing you can do, you know. So you just kind of hope for the best. Everyone's got a
We
drinking
call
problem.
him knocks
so
on door.
yeah, exactly. But the natives were like, there's a couple Native American stories he was saying that they were like, yeah, they like it our history in the Book of Mormon, a lot of the stuff lines up with like their oral history too. And he's like, it's weird, but just kind of is what it is.
That's wild.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But I remember there, like when I was in Portugal and I was in Ahives, which is on the island of, like when I was in the Azores and I was on the island, there's this little town right next to us. And the missionaries have had that apartment for like 2 decades. So that little town, there was like a note on everyone that lived there if they've taken a lesson, if they don't want to talk to you. And I didn't even bother going to that town because like I knew those people, they probably need a break for a couple months. Like there's not going to be anybody there that's waiting to hear the good word. They see you walking on the street every day. And I walked through that town enough without really like teaching people that people in the town would be like, yo, Smith. And I'd be like, yo, what's up, Joao? And I would just keep walking. Because it was such a small town that even me just living adjacent there, they knew me.
Yeah, if they really wanted to hear about it, they would just see me when I was walking down the street and be like, hey, stop over later. You know what I mean? There's no like knocking on doors.
Yeah,
I'd still invite him in, dude. I'd invite him in, just like rip the bong in front of him.
Yeah, yeah, boys. Yeah,
I'm not converting, but I'll feed you guys if you want.
Dude, I'll be honest, in like tough areas where you're like, nobody wants to talk to you. If somebody said that, was like, yo, you want dinner? Like, I'll let you teach me something. I'm not getting baptized. I would be like, yes, please. Like,
yeah, let's hang out for a bit, please.
Because there's nothing worse after having a long day and you didn't do anything. So I'd be like, dude, feed me. Can I just give you a 5-minute? Can I give you a 5-minute Jesus loves you like lesson, right? Of like, of like, Jesus loves you. Say your prayers, and then we'll call it a day, and we'll like. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna ask you to be baptized. I just want some food, leave you a good word, and I get to go home and go to sleep. You know.
Yeah. But have you seen the fake or like the sketch that the kids do where they like baptize their friend like unwillingly?
Yeah, no. What?
No, it's like a joke, but they're like that. They're like, "Oh, we saved you! Oh, we got you!" And it was like they did the Jackass music. It's like, "Bow now, 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 now." And it's like saving our friend's soul.
Yeah, dude. They used to. I'm just gonna do Mormon talk for the next 5 minutes because I can talk about that at this point, but or I'll just do mission talk. But the mission above ours, so Portugal used to be every once in a while it's one mission, and then every couple of years they split it into 2 missions, right? And Portugal's weird because Southern Portugal, paradise. Southern California weather, people are super nice. Northern Portugal, it's kind of like England weather, so people are a lot more shut off. So it's the same scenario where it's like, oh, it's doing really good as one mission, we'll split it into 2, and then the northern mission does bad, and they've split it back into 1. Yeah, split it back into 1, and then 10 years later they do it again. But like, I came into Portugal right after they got done shutting down the North mission, so I got to hear all these like horror stories. But like, the mission president was getting like a lot of pressure because they weren't baptizing anybody, and so like he would tell missionaries to like he would like go to like cemeteries, because like Portuguese cemeteries, the tombstones have all the information you need to fill out a baptismal records, and he would have like certain missionaries that he trusted go and fudge numbers and like fake baptisms that day.
We're getting them.
Yeah, exactly, and go and boost the numbers saying that they baptized some people. Or like you'd hear horror stories of like we heard a horror story of some kid, like 2 missionaries up there, and they thought it would be really funny to like, I guess they had like a tree next to their apartment, and they thought it'd be really funny to like bestow the Melchizedek priesthood onto that tree, basically. And then like apparently that same night, the one kid like woke up in the middle of the night and he looked over at his companion, and his companion was like dead. The kid that like ordained that tree.
Oh
And,
shit,
yeah,
dude.
and died on his mission.
You're
Yeah.
like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
I take it
whoopsies.
back.
Yeah. Or like there'd be churches that you drive up around northern Portugal, and there'd be like churches that were cinder block shut because they like shut down because the whole ward went inactive because of like something happened. Like the
Right.
elders having pool parties in the baptismal font with the sister missionaries, and I'm trying
Hell
to
yeah.
think I'm trying to think of what else. What are some other horror stories from the area? There's a kid that died at my mission like 2 weeks after I got home. I had never met him, but he was playing football on his off day with like all the other missionaries, and he just had a heart attack and dropped dead right there in the middle of the floor. Just some 20-year-old Brazilian kid.
That stinks, dude.
Yeah, that sucks. But anyway, that's
At least he wasn't killed by a McNugget.
what was that?
At least he wasn't brutally murdered by a
Real
McNugget.
McNugget, dude. Yeah, by a
A meal
chicken
on
tenders,
wheels.
a Tyson's chicken tender select. Going again. Yeah, it wasn't he wasn't murdered by Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's a good way to end it though, right there. That's a
Sounds
zinger.
good.
We killed it. I was trying to like do Mormon stories to make up for the 5-minute window where we like messed up, but we hit our time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit our
Let's
time.
go. Sounds good to me, brother.